What's going on, everyone? It's Matt, aka Thanatos, and this is my first live stream from my new apartment, and also my first live stream in a very long time. Hence the title of this video saying that I'm back. I've definitely taken quite a break from YouTube and Instagram. What's going on, Nick Miller? Hey. Daniel Ibarra. Yeah, it's been forever, and it was good for me. I enjoyed it. Obviously, like, the apartment doesn't have quite the same layout as my old one. Like, that's the front door. Melody and I have moved in together. Crazy to think, like, I was doing this YouTube stuff when I met Melody. Like, the first video she saw me on was on the Comic Core. And now we're living together. Like, it's wild. But she really likes the nerd setup. So she has her own little comic section right here with her Phoenix comics, X-Men 101, and then the Art Germ. And I have a whole little Rick and Morty area right here with a Plumbus, my books. And then there's still a lot of, like, storage stuff that needs to get done here. My comic shelf is still there. And then I haven't figured out what to do, like, here, but I need something, because I have got, like, CGC books and stuff just, like, sitting in boxes right here. I've got those stuff. Whoopty bird, good as gold. Yeah, some comments, some damage. Well, luckily, I've got them in those fancy little UV bags. So I imagine I don't plan on being here for that long. I've got a one year rental agreement with this place, and then I'm like, I already hate it. Like, I like where I'm at, but I'm over the apartment life. Like, between Colorado Springs and up here in Aurora, this is like my first experience with apartments, and I'm over it. I'm done with it. So here in the future, I'll probably be looking at getting my own place, depending on where we are for life situations. So anyway, yeah, this is weird. A big issue of why I haven't really been live streaming is because I have really felt insecure, like, not insecure, but like I wasn't confident in my computer. You guys know I just recently built it. But something was wrong, and it kept shutting off, obviously, when I was live streaming. And it's been frustrating, and I just hadn't had time to troubleshoot. So the other day I was sitting there and I'm like, this is ridiculous. So I already had the assumption that my power supply was bad. It makes the most sense that something was causing it to trip and, like, it just die. So went ahead and installed a newer, better power supply. And it's been on for, like, days now. I usually, when it was kind of shaky, I had it set to sleep mode and all that stuff most of the time. But now I think hopefully, if I'm right, if my first assumption was correct, then this should be fine. So I kind of want to do this as, like, a test run. I'm not going to do, like, a crazy 3-hour thing, but I'm hoping, in the time that I'm here, it doesn't just crap out on me, because then I have bigger issues somewhere in my new computer. TJ, get to work. You got furniture to sell, brother. House ownership is overrated. I absolutely agree and disagree at the same time. When I was in Florida, I owned 2 houses and a condo. And although there are a lot of issues in that, and like, not issues, but it's definitely more stressful. There's a lot more upkeep, more things you have to do. But at the same time, like, it feels better. I almost feel like I can hear the lady outside. She, like, sits out front on her porch and has phone conversations, and I hear every word she says. And it drives me nuts. Like, I hear the people upstairs. My last apartment, I was on the top floor. This time I wanted an easy move, so I'm on the bottom floor. Anyway, stuff like that. Like, you don't have to worry about that when you move into a house. You know, you have your space. You have to worry about anybody else. You can murder people. No one will hear them scream. You know, like typical house ownership stuff, right? No, not all. Actually, yes. Yeah, all three at the same time. I used my VA loan for my first house. And it was too far away, so I bought a condo closer to base, and then the condo outgrew my family at the time, and so I used the rest of my VA loan to buy a bigger house in that same area. So, and then I ended up selling all three, so I no longer own any of them, and I paid some good capital gains tax last year, which was a lot of fun. But sorry, I'm already 6 minutes in and I'm rambling. This is getting out of control, guys. Firstly, I just want to ask everybody, like, with the new setup, obviously I've unplugged everything. Things are installed. Things are different. Is my video and audio good? Can you guys hear me? Is this clear? Do I need to be closer to the mic, further from the mic? Check. Radio check. Ramble on. You guys know I'm really good at that rambling thing. You know, surprisingly, I don't think I lost very many subscribers in like my month and a half off. I have literally been holding on to things to like show you guys. Like, I still have the world's finest Green Lantern box. I haven't opened it. Lower the camera a bit. I feel like looking at myself, it's all the way to like under my chest. I don't want to lower it anymore. Lowered some more. Is that better? Kind of lowered it some more. Swallow the mic. Comic Books NYC. Too much space above head. That makes sense. Better. So I have a few things to show you guys, including this nice watch tan. Look at that guy. D Comic Queen in the house. So I have some raw comics to show you guys, and then I have I used my eBay bucks recently on a Walking Dead comic that I've wanted for a long time, and the box is pretty mashed. So I guess we'll find out together whether or not I'm pretty nervous about it. I've got a Stan Lee CGC Signature Series book that I showed on Instagram the other day. I was really happy about that one. I got it super good price on that. And then I have a Harry Potter book that I'm going to show you guys. It's not in the title because I want to do a Harry Potter book like video on itself, by itself. Because now I think I have like every single American edition possible. So it'd be good for every Harry Potter fan because if you go on eBay and look up Harry Potter Sorcerer's Stone, you're going to get like a billion different things, and everybody's going to be selling them for thousands of dollars, and it's madness. So hopefully I can clear up the confusion because I have spent a lot of time figuring all that out. Oh, thanks, Comics NYC. I appreciate that. It's a work in progress. Randy Rasnake is in the house. Have fun at work, man. Be safe. So let's get into some of these comics real quick so that way I stop rambling. It's like I forgot how to YouTube. I picked up my comic collecting has definitely slowed down. I feel like my priorities have changed a lot. I'm still reading a few series, but for the most part, I've really tried to get back into reading books because while I've been doing all this comic book social media stuff, I feel like I got away from what made me, I don't know, what like comics have always been one thing and then reading has always been the other. And I always had them pretty well balanced. And I think recently it kind of flipped where all of my attention was on books or on comic books. And then I kind of fell off on reading. So I definitely wanted to kind of get back, and there were a bunch of books on my list that I had to get through. So I've been reading a lot. I have a long commute now again. So I've been listening to a lot of books on Audible, and it's been really nice. Burke Family 54, what's up, man? TJ said that there is a video. I've been awful about watching YouTube videos. I know even TJ said he made a YouTube video about me, and I haven't seen it yet. And then he said that Steve Burke Nasty, Burke Family 54 had me in a video. So I have to go back and really watch. There's going to be so many videos that I have not seen. Like, it's going to be crazy. I don't even know how that's going to happen. But anyway, Good as Gold, Brandon Sanderson. I love that man. I'm actually right now. I'm trying to finish the Wheel of Time series because when I was younger, I got all the way to like book 8, and I'm like, this is crazy. I can't do this. I was overwhelmed with it, so I stopped. And so that's the book I've been listening to, the Wheel of Time series by Robert Jordan and finished by Brandon Sanderson as my commute books. And I just finished book 5, so I'll be hitting Lore of Chaos, book 6, starting tomorrow. So anyway, as far as comics go, my focus has been Green Lantern and then covers that I like, other than my reading books. So like I'm still reading Middle West. I'm still reading Justice League Dark, still reading Green Lantern. I haven't picked up Die in a while, so my other LCS is probably like, what the heck, come back, because all my LCSs are still at like the Iron Lion down in Colorado Springs, so I don't get to go there very often. So I picked up this is that Ride Virgin cover. I don't even remember who did this one. It might have been Stadium Comics. Stadium Comics usually has like the weird backboard. Not even going to read this. I'm just going to enjoy the Adam Hughes goodness. Oh, well then. Oh, I haven't finished it. I know that. So there must be some Die books that are still waiting for me. But until then, got that Die. See, I need something here so I can like put books on. Please don't fall down. Please don't fall down. On the printer you go. This one I think I ordered from Comic Sketch Art, maybe. The Adam Hughes Black Cat. And I'm not going to lie, I hate the way they package this. It has like extreme packing tape all over this bag. And I'm going to have to cut this comic out. Because if you like try to pull it, it's not going to happen. But more Adam Hughes goodness. I'm really sad that I did not get San Diego Comic-Con tickets because he's there and they found a bunch of prints and stuff in their basement that they're going to be putting out, and I'm devastated because one of those is a Zatanna print from the Four Seasons collection, and I want it so bad. And then these two I found on Facebook. I thought these were really cool. These are the German Green Lanterns. So Green Lantern number 7, the German edition. And I think these both came out in 1977. So there's the first appearance of Sinestro in German. And then he also had the Green Lantern number 1, also in German, which I thought was super cool. Whoopty Bird has known that I've been wanting to try to, like, if I find the international Green Lantern books, I want to pick them up because I think they're super cool. And I got these for a very reasonable price on Facebook. And I literally just told TJ, like, I am done buying comics. Done. And literally 5 minutes later, I saw these posts on Facebook, and I'm like, I'm not done yet. I've got a little bit more in me. So I did it, and I'm not mad about it. I love these covers. So super cool. And then when I was at Denver Pop Culture Con, now that's what they call it, I bought one comic book, and I was already trying to transition away from like buying a bunch of comics. Oh no, that's awful, Burke family. It's weird calling you Burke family. I'm gonna still call you Burke Nasty. Like I know you got a family, and I respect that and all that, but you're Burke Nasty. But I hope that works out. Tina is in the house. Tina, it is so nice to see you. You can call me Burke Nasty. So at Denver Pop Culture Con, I literally only picked up one comic as I'm trying to transition from like, obviously like this apartment's not that big, so I don't have space to keep collecting the way I have been. So I'm trying to just change the way, which I've said so many times, but I really have been good. I have really slowed down, which has felt so good. And a little bit of this YouTube stuff, it kind of sucked feeling like, not the YouTube part, but the pressure. I know a lot of you guys might feel the pressure of, like, oh, I need to go hunt. I need to go find comics so I can show on my channel, or I need to go buy a grail. I need to do this so that way I have content. And I want to get away from that. I want to find other means that don't mean I'm adding more to my collection. Stuff that more discussion based rather than here's a book. The blanket behind me is, it's my Gryffindor blanket or throw blanket. I have not been playing Wizards Unite. Surprisingly, Melody and I recently started playing Pokemon Go, which has been a lot of fun. And I do not have time for more than one mobile game. I can't, as much as I love Harry Potter, I'm going to avoid that. So anyway, Denver Pop Culture Con, I picked this up. Green Lantern number 17, and it's a very clean copy. And the reason I bought it is because it is from the IRS collection, which is not technically a pedigree. They don't really consider it a pedigree, but it has such a cool story. So if you don't know, the IRS collection is from Colorado. And who was it? Oh, they don't say his name, but he was an employee of the Colorado Department of Revenue. And he was a smarty pants on the computers back in 1989. And so he started writing fraudulent tax refund checks to himself. And he was using these tax refunds to collect comic books. So he was buying comics for years using thousands and thousands of dollars from the IRS. So approximately 25% of all Golden Age, 75% of all Silver Age, and 95% of all Modern Age comics are represented in the collection. So 95% of modern books at the time. Because he got caught in 1992. And the Colorado Department of Revenue seized his entire comic collection as restitution for the crime. And then the inventory was auctioned off. And that entire collection was bought by RTS Unlimited. And they are the ones who made all of these like certs. So this is certificate for Green Lantern number 17 in fine minus condition. It was kind of cool. But I thought it was like, this is a piece of comic history. Like some dude was embezzling money from the IRS to fund his comic collection. How awesome is that? I mean, it's not awesome. Terrible guy, but like it's pretty cool. So that was the only comic that I bought. There was a few that I was looking at, but I was strong and I didn't pull the trigger on anything. I'm watching Justice League. They screwed up by not including Green Lantern. They screwed up by doing a lot of things wrong. Let's be real here. So I'll do the unboxing last. Here is my Harry Potter book. that I talked to TJ a lot before I bought this because this is the most expensive book I have ever purchased. I already have a true first edition, first print of the American Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. This is not the same. I think they are printed around the same, like at the same time, but it's even rarer than the first edition, first print. And it's like, this is my Harry Potter holy grail for the American editions. It is let's get some zoom, action, focus. Not going to happen. It is a Junior Library Guild edition. And I have been looking for this forever. They rarely pop up on eBay or anywhere. And I had lost an auction about 2 years ago for one. And so this came up and it was more expensive, but it's in it's absolutely beautiful condition. And because I've never seen it before, I just pulled the trigger. Like I can't lose out on this again. So things about this with Harry Potter books, like I think first through fourth prints have J.K. Rowling at the top. This one obviously has a Junior Library Guild book right there. And then this selection has been designated as an outstanding book by the Junior Library Guild right here. And then the ISBN is very similar. But the thing that you want to look for first edition, first prints of the American edition for Harry Potter is the Guardian quote. Harry Potter could assume the near legendary status as Roald Dahl's Charlie of the Chocolate Factory fame. And that quote is from the Guardian in London. And this is only on first prints. And then what I really love about this is the fact that if you take off the dust jacket, this is the only Harry Potter American edition that does this. It has the actual cover art on the book. And I absolutely love that. And then just like a regular first print, you have the full number line printed in the USA, number 23. And it was very, very difficult to find this, and I had to. I was so mad. Like, why? Dang it! This guy didn't put like a or best off or anything. So in the future, I will be doing a Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone how to identify different prints, because you cannot trust any of the ones on eBay without knowing what you're looking for. Even books now will still show printed in the USA, first American edition. And people will find like prints, I don't know, it'll be like the 97th print, printed 5 or 6 years after Harry Potter came out. And they'll still try to sell it for like $500. And if you don't know what you're looking for, you might make a mistake. There are first prints that are book club editions. This is a book club edition, but this is a very rare book club edition. But the regular book club edition has they're very similar. And it's easy to make the mistake and just purchase it, especially if there's not enough pictures to identify a true first print. So that video will be coming out eventually. Boop, boop. And then if you saw my Instagram post for the first time, comic related in a while. I didn't even know it's Bake the Snakes here. Welcome. Comic Addiction here. I had wanted a Marvel Age 41. I had actually been looking for one so that I could go and have Stan Lee sign it in person. And that obviously didn't happen, unfortunately. And so Marvel Age 41 was kind of always the book I envisioned owning with a Stan Lee signature. So I've kind of kept it in a watch, like a search for on eBay. So when this popped up, like, I don't care about the grade on this cover. I wanted this book with a nice signature and preferably the Stan Lee label. So getting an 8.5 for a very nice price. And I love this cover, man. Like, it's a perfect representation of Stan Lee. He's looking phenomenal right there. And I really like the Stan Lee CGC label there. I'm pretty sure it was like J. Scott Campbell art or something that they had, which I thought was pretty cool. Hialeah Comic Bro is here. Surprisingly, his signatures have gone down, obviously, like since his passing. They spiked, and then they've been coming down. I put in a best offer on this, and I had a 15% off coupon. So I got this a little over $200. So I knowing that I would have paid $150 for a signature, and then the cost to slab, the cost to get it witnessed, or to get like the label and stuff, it would have been a lot. It would have been more, I think, than what I paid. So I think my best offer, he had it listed for like $399 or $3 something, and I got him down to a little like over $250, and then I had that 15% off coupon, which helped. So I got that. Thanks for hanging out, T-Comic Queen. And then, so we're 26 minutes in. My computer hasn't crashed. That is good. Okay, so I'm not gonna call these guys out, but like I use these to ship books. I don't mind it, because if you package them correctly, they're not gonna get mashed, right? But when you have this box and you hear like, why wouldn't you fill it up so that this isn't just flopping around in there? So that's really frustrating. And this wasn't insured, so that's good. So, well, I'm assuming it's got the basic $50. You always do the shake before you seal the box. I shipped off 2 CGC books today, and both of them were wrapped. Like you can see right here, that's a giant roll of bubble wrap, a huge roll. Sam's Club, great deal on bubble wrap, by the way. It's like, I think it was $12 for like this monstrous thing, versus going to Walmart and getting like the little rolls. So I guess we'll find out. Lowe's, what's going on, man? So it was just, looks like it was just some paper. And I guess they relied heavily on this guy. I don't mind this. I don't mind when you use the USPS bubble mailers, but there should be more than just some paper inside that box, because this doesn't have much protection on like the edges. I don't mind the new place. I was in the beginning of this whole thing, I kind of talked about it. I'm definitely done with being in an apartment. I'm over it, especially this one. Unfortunately, I'm facing the road, and they didn't like. You can hear everything. Like I hear everything coming off the road, and it's awful. So I am not the biggest Walking Dead fan. I watched all the way till season 6, and I called it quits after the first episode because no Glenn. I'm out. Glenn was the best thing about that show, in my opinion, and he was the first Asian character to me that like really. He didn't play an Asian guy, and no one even like that never came to light. You know, in every show or every like, there's always the Asian guy, and he acts Asian, and you're like, but why? Like, I'm Asian, but I'm not like, I don't know. And I feel like that to me resonated so well. And I love the fact that Glenn was just an awesome character. And so I've wanted this for a while. And so I had some eBay bucks saved up that I had to use, obviously, before August. And this popped up at such a good price that I got this with, it's not cracked or anything, which is nice. With my eBay bucks, I got this for like $110, which is amazing. This is a Walking Dead #2, the first print, November of 2003. The first appearance of Lori and Carl Grimes and Glenn, my man Glenn. And it's an old label, and I looked up I bought the grading notes, and it's some fingerprints on the back and some stress lines. And I see 2 stress lines, 3 stress lines. So I'm thinking if I can, like, light stress lines and fingerprints, maybe I could press this up. But regardless, at the price I got it at, and me not really caring anymore about like what the grade is, I just wanted the book. I thought that was really cool. So maybe one day I can meet, dang, I don't even remember his name, but maybe get him to sign it, because he was the best Glenn that could have happened. And I was devastated. So that was my eBay buck purchase. Walking Dead #2. Stephen Stephen Wen. Yeah, Yuen. Yep. Why couldn't you have an easy last name like English? Hey, Old Wolf 65, good to see you. Crack that bad boy. And that's what I figure. I figure if I can get it up to, I mean, already in the 9.2, I think the value is 3 times what I paid. So if I get it to a 9.4, I would just be thrilled. But we'll see. But I think that's it, ladies and gentlemen. So the whole point of this, we're at 32 minutes. I didn't troubleshoot. I didn't have time to troubleshoot. I just assumed that my power supply was bad. So where is that? I'll be right back. You know what? I'll make that its own video. Thank you for reminding me, Daniel Ibarra. My good friend, CaptainMyke, and you guys have probably seen him on my channel or heard me talk about him. He has released a book called Comic Book CPR. And he sent me a copy, and it is so thorough. Like, I don't press books, but it makes me want to, because he put everything in it. So if you're looking for trade secrets or just want to get started, it is an amazing tool. Probably say if you press, or if you have a lot of books pressed before you submit them, or you submit a ton of books, it might be in your best interest to invest in yourself, to learn how to do that stuff. So I will make another video, maybe, I don't know, soonish. So Los, you just got to press the other day. I'll just go get it now, and I'll make another video later. I'm so dumb. I had it right here. It was underneath some mail. So this is CaptainMyke's book, Comic Book CPR, Clean, Press, and Clean, How to Clean and Press Comic Books, Technical Field Guide and Training Manual by Michael Frederick Sorensen, also known as CaptainMyke. He has a YouTube channel. I got a nice little signed copy. Thanks for your friendship. And he says, I have an awesome video channel. But yeah, so he has everything you could possibly need as far as like starting out. Like, what equipment do you need? Where to start? Cleaning supplies. Heck, he even has a whole section on sending off comics to be graded, on how to package them properly, which Walking Dead #2 sellers could definitely use a little bit of that. Inspecting them, dry cleaning. Like, I'm not very good at this, but he just goes over everything, lots of pictures. And he has a Facebook page, CaptainMyke's Comic Pressing. And his examples, he has pressed so many things from like 9.2s, 8.5s up to like 9.8s. It's pretty awesome. And he's a guy that I would recommend he's so good, and he is so dedicated and focused on his craft that it's crazy impressive. So, yeah, I don't know. I think the book is a little pricey, but for all the trade secrets, like the book actually it's $40. But if this helps you save hundreds of dollars by learning to press yourself, I mean, this is like literally investing in yourself. So I would highly suggest it. And I will leave a link in the description below to the Amazon website for you. Oh, and his Facebook group. Because you can literally go on Facebook and message him, and he will guaranteed help you out if you need it. Or if you just want to send books for him to press and you don't want to teach yourself like me, you can also message him and do that. He also has a website, so I'll link all those anyway. But like, I'm not kidding, guys. I've been saving stuff. Like, I still have this. Like, how long ago did I show this on my Instagram that I got this? I'm sure everybody and their mother has unboxed this. I have not. I still don't know what's in it. I've avoided all the stuff saying what it is. So Melody and I will probably be doing that eventually. But yeah, so we're at 40 minutes. My computer hasn't crashed, so I'm assuming that my new power supply has solved my problems, which is good, because now I'm feeling more confident. That was like a big issue. Like, I didn't even want to host Willpower Unleashed or host anyone on my show if it was just going to crash every single time. So that was kind of one thing that's kept me away. But I'm back. I'm here. I'm going to try to do less haul videos and all that, and hopefully do more discussion stuff where we get to talk about stuff. I know John's Comics with Kids and I talked about Nerd Alert a long time ago. I would still love to do that, because I feel like talking nerdy, that's my passion. So I'm going to try to get back to my roots, and hopefully we can have some awesome discussions and all of that. But I guess for today, that is all. Thank you guys all so much for hanging out, and I will see you all soon. Bye, Felicia.